Hello, crypto community. Jeff Kerdakis here, coming in the midst of a epic Bitcoin bull run. Didn't sleep a lot last night. I don't know if many of you did as either. This price has been keeping my eyes glued to the screen for sure. It's super exciting. I'm absolutely shocked at how much we have been mirroring the price action in 2017 and actually surpassing that price action. If we take a look here, I'll share the screen. Give me a sec. It's my first time using B Live. Shout out to Joe Blackburn for kind of getting me on the pulse on this thing. It's fantastic. Or I guess, I don't know, I'm just trying it, but sharing screen, can't do that on Facebook Live. So that's already fantastic for me. If we're looking at November to December, the massive increase we saw in 2017 from $8,000 all the way up until $12,000. This took 18 days to do. Right now, from June 11th up until the present day, let me check. Am I on mute again? Nope, still good. Last time I just tried to stream and I was on mute. Let's head back. June 11th until today took 14 days. So we're actually going faster on this run than in 2017. Now, this is really interesting because from here, it's less than 24 hours, pretty much all the way up to 20,000. So we don't have much resistance at all. There's nothing stopping us from hitting 20K. If we check out the markets, Bitcoin in this time is just taking a massive run up all by itself. Ethereum's keeping pace a little bit, but alts are just taking a kicking right now. So a lot of people are kind of chomping on the bit for alt season. When is alt season going to happen is a question that's on everybody's mind. If we just check out, let's just pop into Litecoin, see what's going on with Litecoin in terms of Satoshi values. So Satoshi values are massively on the way down right now. People are exiting alts en masse. Some people speculate that this is due to Binance closing their their availability to US investors, which is pseudo true. They're closing their availability to US investors on a specific platform. They need to transfer to a different platform meant specifically for US investors because it's now SEC compliant. Although we're in crypto, we need to comply to the law. So some people speculate that's what's causing the pump in BTC. Not all alts are taking this much of a kicking as Litecoin is, though. Some are, just remaining stable in Satoshi value. And so I find that interesting. It's a potential contributor, but I just find that there's a lot of factors that have been contributing to this run in the last little while. If we take a look at gold, for example, gold is actually at its 5-year all-time high. This is just one of the main gold ETFs. And so it's sitting around 134. Its 5-year all-time high back in 2016 was $130. We're sitting at around 134. This was last night. So gold is also on the way up. So this begs the question, okay, what is going on here? Why is gold on the rise? Why is crypto on the rise? And a lot of people don't like Libra, but I feel like this could be a catalyst where, although Libra is pegged to a basket of traditional fiat currencies and all these kinds of things, it doesn't mean that I feel like it's still devaluing these like independent nation state fiat currencies and is shifting more baby steps towards a global currency, that borderless currency, at least. Sure, it's centralized. There's a lot of things that are not ideal about it at all. It's still pegged to fiat. But you know what? This is starting to be like, okay, our monetary system is shifting at the very least. And so people are starting to move into gold, moving into cryptos that are not pegged to these massive hyperinflationary fiat currencies. And I think this is kind of a shift of a larger macro trend. And I find it very interesting too. If you're going to look at the S&P 500, S&P 500 is incredibly overbought right now. In my personal opinion, some people say that we got a long way to go, but this has been one of the longest bull runs. Look at this chart. This is insane. Really, how was this? It's a 10-year bull run. So usually market cycles, they come 8 years, yada, yada. This one is much, much overextended. We're seeing some double tops here recently. I guess that's a triple top now. And we're starting to see dips on the S&P 500 at the same time that crypto is rising up. Obviously, the S&P 500, there's much more to the market than that. But I definitely find that interesting. I'm just going to check in on the comments here. So issue with these comments is that you can't see who says it. Someone just commented, just dropped 1,000 for sure. We broke 1,300. We're down to 1,000 now. Coinbase is down. Also, another website, cex.io, was down. It's wild to see how the massive influx of traffic. But that being said, check this out. I find this very interesting. Trends.google.com. If you guys don't check this out, I find there's a lot of value in this. Some people don't find value in this at all. That's fine, to each their own. I just think that as long as you take a bunch of different factors and mash them together, you're going to get a better overall view. So this is one of the factors that I look at. So this year, Bitcoin's interest is at an all-time high right now. So that's interesting for one. So there's more Google searches on Bitcoin in the United States. Let's just switch this to worldwide. It's kind of presumptuous that they go United States. I'm Canadian. I'm doing this in Canada, and they just assume that I want the United States. Okay. Let's go past 5 years here. Okay, so our Google search history is 1/5 the amount that it was at the peak of 2017. So this means a couple things. First thing is that, well, one, objectively, people are not searching Bitcoin right now as much as they were at the peak of 2017. So what does this imply? This implies that there are less new people getting in and trying to figure out what this is all about. For sure, all the people who searched Bitcoin up here, probably not going to be searching Bitcoin down here necessarily. They already know the websites, CoinMarketCap, yada, yada. They know where to get their information. So we're not seeing a lot of new money coming into this space just yet. And I'm curious to see when that point is going to be. A lot of people speculated that 10K is going to be the price. We're going to start seeing some massive influx of new money. Using Google Trends, I'm not sure that's the case, actually. I feel we just still have to wait a little bit for this new money to enter. But I'll tell you what, the market price just relies on two things: buy pressure, sell pressure. Call it whales, call it manipulation, doesn't matter. It only relies buying and selling. And not a lot of people are selling right now. And there is not a lot of resistance. Let's go back to Bitcoin here. There is not a lot of resistance at all on the way up to 20K. So I don't want to say foolish. For sure, people take profits. As that one person commented, it's gone down 1,000 in the last probably hour. Things are moving quickly, so people are taking profits. But that's weird. It went to Ripple. But there's not going to be a long, drawn-out correction, I feel. We did a poll in the cryptocurrency group saying, when is the next 50% correction going to come? The majority said it's going to come between 15 and 20K. And then the second largest vote amount was in between 50 and 75K per Bitcoin. Thought that was interesting. So again, we've already broken through this little mini resistance here, sitting around 11.5. So there's nothing left. This little widget here, maybe sitting around 17. That's nothing at all. So really, we just have the ceiling here at 20, and then it's blue skies. We have increasing volume. Granted, a lot of this could be wash trading. I bet the majority is. I don't think wash trading was as prevalent back at the end of 2017, early 2018, and it is just rampant now. I believe the stat was someone can kind of jump in on this, but 95% of all exchange volume is wash traded on average. Let's go to the comments here. Someone says Libra is the best gateway drug in the world. I fully agree with that, actually, because it's going to get people familiar and comfortable with the word cryptocurrency and progressively curious. It's not going to take away from Bitcoin, because the people who use Bitcoin are using it for a reason. They like it because it's decentralized, because it's not centrally controlled. People who use Libra, and people are so hard on Libra too, which kind of frustrates me, because for me, it's all about adding value into the world. That's what it is. And so let's say, I'm a refugee in some country, I'm underbanked, I'm trying to send money to my family overseas. Setting up a Bitcoin account isn't easy. You got to say, you get your ledger and you got your private keys and you're going to buy it here and then you withdraw it here. It is not user friendly yet. And it's unfortunate, but it's a reality. Things are getting easier now for sure. With, you could say, custody wallets. Maybe you have like Ethos or Bread Wallet, and you can buy on Coinbase. You might even be able to cash out on Coinbase now. I'm not too sure. So it's getting easier, which is great. But for Libra, just send digital currency, because it's crypto. To be defined as crypto, you need to be decentralized. That's one of the main points in non-centralized currency. But to be able to send digital currency instantly, easily. That's what people want. And then from there, if they feel like they want to dive more into the rabbit hole of crypto, that'll be up to them. But they would have never even entertained the thought before they got comfortable with Libra. So I agree, full gateway drug. Robinhood crazy. Also, Coinbase shut down. Fluffy pillows are trending on Google. All in. It's a great way to check trends. I do it for lots of different things. You can check different trends. Like just the other day, my dad and I, he's looking to rent out his property, and us are figuring, okay, well, when's the best time to list it? So we wrote rent in Google Trends, and then we changed we targeted in on the city that we're in, and so we're like, okay, well, the best time is in July, summertime. It's at 50% capacity is the lowest in October. So you don't want to be renting out in October. So it was interesting. Google Trends is definitely a very valuable tool. Someone comments, it just dropped from 13,400 to 11,900. Is that where it's at right now? That would be shocking if it dropped even further here. Maybe it's already bounced back up. Who knows? In any case, I don't expect this to be a long, drawn-out dip anyway. So odds for going back to 10K by end of year. I'll tell you what, if people are kind of like, oh, I'm waiting for the dip, it's rising, I'm missing out. It's like, dude, we're just getting warmed up right now. In my opinion, I don't think 100K, 200K BTC is out of the question in the near future at all. And there was one guy, he commented, oh, I'm kicking myself I didn't get in at 3. I'm not going to get in now. I'm like, dude, imagine what happens if it hits. This is all speculation. If it hits 10 or 200, you're going to really kick yourself then. All this being said, my game plan right now is my stack is mainly in BTC because that's the one currency, the one that everyone gets into first. That's the most stable, the most secure. It's the king of crypto. That's how it is. However, alt season is coming. There's no question about that. Many alts are not going to come back. Lots of projects that were just running on hype and just pure greed, because you could launch an idea that was half baked and people would invest in it. I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. I think alt season is coming back, but people are not going to be investing in these subpar projects. Let me take this share screen off. So anyways, I'll share the screen here. Going to my strategy, which is, I've just started putting together this little sheet. I'll share it with the group later, and I'm going to expand on it. So I've just been going through CoinMarketCap and checking out, okay, what is the all-time high Satoshi value? And what is the current Satoshi value of this project? And then what is the multiplier from there? And then figuring out, okay, well, do I like this project? Does it have value? And do I think it can reach there again? So, let's look at Cardano as an example. Actually, I won't touch Cardano. I have some thoughts that it probably unpopular on Cardano. But we could look at EOS. Since EOS is all-time high, which is 3.5 times away, EOS was more or less just vaporware then, and nothing was really happening, really going. And now, bot transactions or not, there are a lot of transactions happening on the EOS ecosystem. There is a lot going on, a lot of projects developing on there. It's free, fast, scalable transactions. Some people say centralized. That's up for debate. But I think, that's a good chance. 3.5. That could easily happen. Ethereum, 5.7. So this is just kind of a little cute thing that I'm doing, trying to, figure out, okay, well, what, because let's say there's one that's a 50 away, like let's say Cardano, it's 10x away from an all-time high. Well, that's potentially a good investment right there for people who really believe in Cardano and feel that its progress has been substantial since the last all-time high. I haven't been keeping tabs on the Shelley update. I feel like that's been about 2 years overdue now, maybe a little bit more. Granted, Ethereum proof of stake is about 2 years overdue as well, so got to compare apples to apples on that one. But yeah, let me know if the Shelley update is anywhere closer. All right, I'm going to turn off the screen share here so I can go into the Facebook comments and see who's commenting what, answer a couple questions, and off we go from there. Let me scroll down. Oh, we see Joe Blackburn's in here. Joe, what's up, man? Thanks for putting me on with B Live. This has been so far so good. Little glitches, but thanks to Zach's little insight there to bring up the phone alongside for comments next time. And that's going to be a lot better. I always wonder why these streamers are always like looking in different directions. I'm like, why are they doing that? That's probably why they're looking at the comments on a different screen. Still getting into the swing of things here. Okay, right on. Sean, he says, you talking about fundamentals for investing? All the alts will pump just like they did before. Why? Because there's money to be made. Fundamentals are good for holders, but traders typically don't care. For sure. Yeah, so I think there is really, in this run, there's going to be a balance to be struck between fundamentals and just technical analysis. I don't think that just because a coin is 20x away from its all-time high that it's going to reach there again. You could look at something like BitConnect as an extreme example. It's not going to get there again, unfortunately, fortunately. But you look at other projects, Ethereum, maybe Cardano, maybe EOS, maybe Neo, whatever floats your boat. These projects have a high likelihood of achieving and potentially surpassing their all-time highs in Satoshi value. Winston says, just let VeChain know they missed the bull season memo. They were the leaders on the bull season memo. VeChain just partnered with China's Walmart branch, PwC Group, I believe is what it's called. I think, let me see if I could pull, I won't pull it up right now, but there are thousands or at least hundreds of these chains with, I think it was like 100,000 employees, yada, yada. So they're going to be VeChain is tracking Walmart's food shipments in China. And upon that news, the price pumped 50%, boom, like that. Since then, it's gone down about 20% from those levels. So this was an interesting case of not buy the rumor, sell the news, but sell the news. Because for one time, there was not an announcement of an announcement, which is such a refreshing breath. I'm getting a little bit sick of those announcements for announcements. All right. Okay, let's go through the comments here. Scrolling up, I've been missing a few. Trying to get a handle on this comment system. John Wood says, BTC's purpose will not be a payment system. It's an asset class like gold. Everyone is holding Bitcoin, so maybe it won't be affected by global coin. This is a really, really strong point. I feel that one thing that's really overlooked is, even if Lightning does scale, which it is doing quite well, we're not going to see Bitcoin as something that's stable. And for an employer or for this kind of exchange to be happening, to pay in Bitcoin isn't that functional unless there's some kind of function happening where it's instantly getting converted into some kind of stable coin right away. And then if that's the case, why aren't we just paying in the stable coin anyways? It'll be easy to transact. So I agree. Bitcoin is very much acting as this store of value right now. There's this huge part of me that just wants to be like, yes, it is that peer-to-peer currency that Satoshi envisioned, but I just don't see how that's viable on the long term because, let's say I get paid for my job and I make $5,000 in a month, let's say, but I only spend, $100, $100, and now that rest of the $4,000 has, dropped or appreciated, that's not what people want. Us in crypto, we're kind of crazy, honestly. We are not risk adverse. We are putting so many eggs in this basket. This is a wild ride. And what other asset class besides crazy mining penny stocks are you getting this kind of volatility? So it'll be tough for Bitcoin to be starting to be used as a peer-to-peer payment. But let me know in the comments what you think. John also says, John McAfee praying for the 1 million so he doesn't have to eat his togger. Yeah, maybe he's behind this pump. And I'll tell you what, on terms of buying and selling big amounts of BTC, where's Craig Wright? Craig Wright certainly isn't suppressing the price of BTC right now. Let's check in. Let's go back for a screenshot. Let's check out what Bitcoin Satoshi's vision is doing here. All right. And over to CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin Satoshi vision. And I think maybe it was 2-3 days ago, he was in court. I'm butchering this news because I kind of don't really care to follow it, but he was not able to provide the evidence that the court demanded. And so now he's getting charged with fraud and all these kinds of things. I'm not 100% certain on all the details because, like I say, there's a part of me that just could not care less. I just think the guy's a joke. It's going down in price, and let's check the Satoshi value, minus 10% on Satoshi value. That's a double win because when Bitcoin goes up and BSV rises in tandem, there's like this part of me that's just a little bit sour. I gotta tell you, it's not a full win in my books. All right. Navigating here is a little bit slow. That's an issue. And back to the comments. Scrolling through. All right. Yeah. So Belkacem, I think is one. I don't know how many contests in CI you've won. You probably pulled in a good chunk of change, and I think we've given away over our lifetime now easily $40,000 worth of prizes, and we're going to be doing a lot more of that coming very soon. We're going to be doing it through the CI channels. If you haven't subscribed to the Facebook group, it's called Free Bitcoin and Cryptocurrency. It doesn't get much easier than that. We only post our contests in there, so just subscribe to that group, and you'll always see them because Facebook algorithm has messed us up where if we put like engagement words like, hey, like this post or comment it for an entry, they actually don't show it. So if you're interested in free crypto during this bull run, just join that Facebook group and turn on the notifications. You'll get everything there. So Belkacem says, I'm hanging with alt if BTC reaches 20K, many will collapse. Not 100% sure what you're saying there, but 20K is for sure the level that I'm waiting for and anticipating a little bit of a pause and hopefully an alt run where I can stack a couple Satoshis. I'm getting ready for sure to move some Bitcoin into Ethereum around the 20K level if the opportunity presents itself as a golden opportunity, and then try to earn some more Satoshis there for the next run. I really feel, those 75K, that's not far-fetched. When we've been doing like progressive bull runs, like the massive ones, we've been going up 10K. We went from like 5 to 10K. We went from like 100 to 600, 600 to 1,000, 1,000 to 20,000. So it's so unpredictable. And I don't think we're just going to go to 25K and correct like an extra what percent. That's not happening. There's going to be some massive, massive momentum to the upside right now. Sean says, true, some coins will die. I agree. Smart investors don't go into the bottom 1,000 coins, but the top 150 will pump hard. Fully agree with that. Alt season, just be smart. Get out. If you are in some really bad alts right now that you're like, oh, the project isn't doing much, I really hope it pumps, yada, yada, trade that alt right now. This is not financial advice. I think I always got to say this, or at least people tell me to say it. I think it's lame that we have to. Our world today is effed up. If I were in that situation, I would trade all of my coins that have a low probability of success and put them into other alts that have a high probability of success because their Satoshi value has probably acted similar. So that would be a strong move if I were doing anything. All right. Zach says, I think the market is much smarter this run around, much like after the tech bubble in 1999. There may be another alt run, but nowhere near the craziness of 2017. I agree on almost all those aspects. I fully agree that the market is smarter. I feel like there's going to be a lot of dummies still or maybe not dummies, but new people coming in. That we're going to have a whole nother scammer round of people messaging on Telegram and on Facebook. Please, sir, some money. We're going to have a full new run of ICOs that are just totally worthless. But at least now, a lot of people who are in crypto, the large majority, are not going to be going into those and will only be the new people. We've seasoned ourselves now, but there's still going to be new people, and still a lot of people have not learned. Even before this bull run, I frequent a lot of Facebook groups, and it's really crazy. There's like some free Bitcoin earner groups. There's like 500,000 members. Everyone's just shilling their scam links, really. And people are actually asking like, hi, where can I get free Bitcoin? And it's day in and day out. And people are like, this is real, right? I can get free Bitcoin. This isn't even in a bull market. This is when it was like around like 3K. I'm like, what is going on? Are people not learning? So Zach, yeah, I agree. It's definitely going to be different than 2017. I think we could surpass Satoshi levels on some alts for sure. But I do feel like there's a lot more grounded sensation now that when it first emerged, people were just so excited, including myself. This is a revolution. Ethereum is going to change the world overnight, and this could be worth trillions right now. And now we're seeing, a couple years after the implementation, okay, well, what's really being built on here? Well, a few things, not much though. 2018, I've never been so bullish on security tokens or really anything. And I was like, security tokens 2018, this is the year. go all in on Polymath. And now fast forward a year later or so, Polymath has done 100 security token issuances. And, you got Harbor, Securitize. They're not really doing much. That being said, I do have a project I'm super, super excited to tell you guys about. It's under wraps right now, but there is a security token issuer platform that I'm going to be partnering up with highly likely in the next week or two. And this is the first opportunity that the little guy has to really win in security tokens. Because when you look at Polymath or Ravencoin, you're buying a utility token. You're not buying equity in the platform. There's no real substance there. And we've talked about this a lot in the group, the value of a utility token and its market cap is not actually the value of the company. It's the value of just the utility. It's so backwards. It's like, if all the likes on Facebook were tokenized, that doesn't make that the value of Facebook. And so, and it's only a part of it. So imagine, saying like, oh, all the likes on Facebook are worth $50 billion, pick a number. And it's like, okay, so then that's only a fraction of what Facebook is worth because that's only us, like a part of the ecosystem and part of the company and the entity. And so Facebook should be worth a lot more. And so then you look at a project like Cardano, Cardano, guys, like what is this market cap at right now? I know Charles Hoskinson, brilliant guy. But let's take a look here. Cardano, $2.6 billion for a utility token. That's not even equity on the platform. That's kind of crazy. To me, that's not a good fundamental or investment at all. If I was Warren Buffett, I'd stay so far away from that. It's going to be I'd love to get a video of Justin Sun. I think Vitalik is going, and who else is going to that lunch with Warren Buffett? That's going to be an absolute laugh because it's so opposite of Warren Buffett's value investing mentality. Scrolling up in the comments. I really got to get my phone, as you suggested, Zach, on the computer. They're just bouncing around everywhere. Susan, she says, what are your thoughts on Ripple? Do you think it's a good investment? And so to that, I will just say, check in and see, is the XRP token needed for interbank transactions? And just do some research on that. A lot of people also ask, is Ripple and Libra in competition? And I would say not right now, but potentially in the future. Libra is more for person-to-person, peer-to-peer, and Ripple is more for, you could say, bank-to-bank. So they're not really competing right now, but I feel that Libra would have a very good chance of overtaking Ripple quite quickly. So if I were ever to invest in Ripple, I may be diversifying at this stage. Chad comments, double my weekly buy. As soon as I did, it dropped 1,500. Well, hopefully you did the double buy and then it dropped, or it dropped and then you did the double buy. In any case, like I said before, it doesn't matter whether they're getting in at really 10K, 12K, 13K, 15K. Who cares? We're in this for the long haul, and I see Bitcoin being easily a multi-trillion-dollar asset. So we got a long ways to go. DM Schroeder. Oh, these kind of comments just make me shake my head. I'm making a lot of opinions and being very opinionated, but certainly not stating them as fact. But I really would love for us to start doing this less in the group. Not to kind of single you out here, buddy, but hopefully you guys are aware. He says, hopefully you guys are aware that this is a blow off top and we will have a daily retracement. When people make objective statements about what is going to happen, this grinds my gears. Nobody knows. Everyone is just giving an opinion. So say like, I think that this is going to happen, because when new people come into this group, and this is what what kind of infuriates me, is like new people just they're clinging on to anyone for validity. And so if somebody's certain and says, this is a blow off top, we're going to have a daily retracement, and then they wait for the dip and it never comes, buddy, that's on you. That's on you that you just kind of effed over that new trader. So stop making objective statements. Sure, state objective facts and then give an opinion with it. But come on, guys, enough with this crystal ball objectivity. Yeah, thanks, Jan. He just commented the link for the VeChain and Walmart partnership. Zach Dash says, the more Bitcoin is successful as a transactional currency, the less upside it has on price. Zach Dash, I always try to get Zach on to come talk because I feel we have such good conversations, but he's just been so busy and crushing it with all his projects right now. So we have a tough time coordinating. But yeah, he talks a lot about token velocity and its value. And I also agree that for a successful transactional currency, you do need to have less volatility up and down. He says, unpopular opinion. That is an unpopular feeling for sure. And then Sean replies to Zachary, it will be crazier. More money in the market means more diversification and more alt pumps. Look at the alts that have been around since 2012. Lots of alts have had multiple bull runs with near all-time highs. Doge is a great example of a constant pump and dump on a long term. Yeah, the volatility in the crypto market it's not going anywhere. We're going to be introducing stable coins meant for peer-to-peer payments, but traditional crypto, we're going to have a lot of volatility for a long time. We're still figuring out what is the value of this. We're still very much in that new tech phase, like the hype of the .com, and just like what's a website worth? Is it whoa huge bubble, or no? Is it totally not that much? And so it's always going to be this pendulum swing of okay, what's the value? Lots, nothing, somewhere in between. And then Sandro says this jump makes Bitcoin unusable for commerce. Yeah, I would pseudo agree with that. Zach says, in replying to Sean, more money in the tech internet market now than 1999, but we still don't see pets.com being valued at $100 million. More money goes not mean all projects rise. The good projects will rise. Yes. Smart money is coming in. 2017 was dumb money for sure. I think we're still going to see a little bit of dumb money coming in if we break 20K, and they're going to be start getting plastered all over the news. And if somebody was on the fence before about getting in on Bitcoin because they feel like they've missed the boat, well, now that we've broken this all-time high, I think we're going to get a lot of people FOMOing in, kind of like the double dumb money. Tony, I think this is 2 streams in a row you've come in and commented on my hair. Thank you, my friend. It's getting longer every stream. I'm going to see how long I can go. Get this like, what's that Brad Pitt movie? Not Gladiator. Anyways, that's what I'm going for, the long, luscious locks. So we'll see. Take up half the screen. Joey says, what are the weaker coins? What are the stronger ones? That's such a subjective question. You could probably the easiest objective way to look at that is collective opinion. So you just go on coinmarketcap.com, top 10 coins. Those are, in theory, the strongest coins. From there, it's really all personal preference. And it's really that simple. Just research the coins, find out which ones you like. I feel that there's different sectors that you can be passionate about, and I would diversify into the blue chips in each sector. So you have payment coins like Bitcoin, Monero, Dash. You have smart contract platforms like Ethereum, Neo, EOS. You have security token issuers. You have, sorry, I'm stumbling. I didn't want to say the name. Polymath, Ravencoin, and a couple others that I'm working with. I want to get this deal together first and announce it to you guys. And is it diversify? You got NFT tokens. Engine is a really cool one for that. We have an interview with Wojtek Radomski coming in on July 5th. So I'm excited for that. We're going to be talking about ERC, the new ERC token standard. So that's going to be super interesting. Imam says, Chainlink is looking great with his recent partnership with Oracle and its listing on Coinbase Pro. For sure. So and to kind of reply to Joey, that's a great reply. If you're looking for valid projects, look for partnerships and real partnerships that have some substance behind them. Chainlink and Google had a really great partnership recently, just as Walmart and VeChain did. Oh, great question, Zach. Hold on. When Libra launches, where does it rank on CMC? Over or under number 3? That's who knows, right? Because all it is just fiat currency, and you just have to deposit some money, and that's it. So it all depends on how big of a boom they're going to do with their initial launch, or even if CoinMarketCap is going to list it. No, you know what? They already have listed it, and it just has some question marks next to it. I remember now. So it depends. I haven't seen any marketing for them being like, hey, put your money in Libra, yada, yada. But I mean, all of the 28 node validators put in $10 million. So that's $280 million. That's just a stable coin. So I think that ranks them probably the bottom 100 or so currencies. So they're going to need some more capital infusion to make it up there. Scroll up. All right. Well, I'm just going to, hey, Zach, if you're on, are you keen to jump on maybe? Or maybe we'll do a different call for that. But Tina says the dumb money is asking if they should be buying now. And, I really, just because we've been around and we've weathered a bear market, I don't think we should feel like we're smart money or that they're dumb money. I really think that, especially as this new bull market starts to kick in, we should just be embracing everybody in the crypto community. We were all new. Maybe we were all dumb money at one point, but let's just see us all as a level playing field, all on the same path of the same revolution, and we're all here to help each other. One thing that I'm certainly, I don't want to kind of sound like too strict, but in the group, if somebody asks a question, hey, where's the best place to buy cryptocurrency? I mean, that's an easy question to Google. We wouldn't let that in, but that as an example, and someone says, oh, you dummy, do your own research. You're such an idiot. Whoever says that, we are banning your ass forever and ever, amen, out of this group. This group is not about belittling people or negativity. We're here to help each other. This group was birthed from me and 11 other of my buddies who are all just helping each other figure out cryptocurrency, what are the trends, what's emerging. And that is the ethos of what this group is all about. So whoever is saying you're an idiot or using like cuss words at people, you're booted. We don't need your stuff. I don't care if you've been in the group for 4 years. If you're starting to talk down on people, that's not what we're about. We're a mix between professional and fun community. We have a lot of memes, we have a lot of fun, but we're certainly not, a Reddit, YouTube comment section cesspool. Just zero tolerance for that. So let's just be cautious with that. But then Zach says, I was hella dumb money. Substratum for the win. Yeah, man, I got on the Substratum train too. I think, we just get excited about concepts, and that's where this speculation comes in. Substratum says, we're going to have a decentralized, immutable internet. I'm like, that's awesome. Nobody else is saying those words in that order. I'm in. Austin says, thank you for this stream and your responses. I like your objectivity on focusing on the facts and asking people to think critically. Yes. When you said people need to state their opinions as opinions, you had me. Yeah. I'm glad you're on the same team, Austin. Opinions are only opinions. Casey says, Dash has a strong future, I feel. And I fully agree with that. If you guys have been following Zach Dash or Bomb Token, hop in on that. This guy is A++ on what he's been building in the last little while. The guy's been in crypto not that long, and he is just rocking it. So definitely a great guy to follow. I'm not even sure if he has Twitter, but follow Bomb Token. Check out. He definitely has a Medium blog, so I'd suggest checking that out. And then Austin says, and building each other up and not taking poorly to others. Big props, Jeff. Yeah, exactly. We're all here to support each other. Sandro, while it's so easy to lose your crypto when you lose keys, adoption will be very low of such currency that can vanish completely one day. I agree with that, Sandro. One of my ledgers, I wrote down my seed recovery phrases, and my ledger stopped working. And then, you know what? I put in my seed recovery phrases, and guess what happened? Nothing. I put them in, I don't know how many times, 20, 40. I got other people to put them in for me because it was my last ditch effort. Didn't work. So I lost all this crypto on the ledger, and I don't know what the hell's going on. And that's scary for myself. And that's a massive barrier to entry for a lot of people. Even just using a ledger or my Ether wallet. I was chatting with my mom the other day, and I got her set up on a paper wallet a few years back. She says, hey, how do I withdraw crypto? And now I realized, oh, you can't even put your private key into my Ether wallet anymore. They don't allow that. So I'm thinking, I'm like, am I going to have to try to explain to her how to install the My Crypto application on her desktop, and then there's your private key, and then put it in, and then withdraw it to this other public key where you're going to be able. I'm like, wow, what? This is crazy. Because she was also talking about Blockfolio, and she's like, how do I update my? She's like, all my coins and prices aren't in there. How do I update it? And I'm like, oh, just press the plus button. You'll figure it out. And she looked at me like all concerned, and I thought, oh my God. You are never going to be able to figure out this My Crypto thing. If Mom, if you're listening, I'm sorry, it's the truth, and I will help you with it later. But I think you bring a really good point that there's a massive barrier to adoption with the way that we're currently storing our cryptocurrencies, and what we're going to need to see. And I know people don't like it, but it is going to very likely happen and just become normal. Is more custody wallets. You could Ethos, for example, Bread Wallet. Those are pretty simple, seamless wallets. But again, people are not so comfortable with those because they don't offer insurance. So wallets that could be something, like Coinbase has custody wallets for institutions, and now there's starting to be companies that are rolling out with insurance for private accounts. And that is what I think is going to start driving adoption, or helping at least, is where people can store their crypto and feel safe that it's going to be there tomorrow, that nothing's going to mess up. It's a new technology. People still like putting responsibility in other people's hands. I know a lot of us are very independent, potentially like libertarian mindset or whatever your political lean is. And so we're more inclined to like, okay, we're going to research ourselves. We're empowered. We're ready to do this. We don't need nobody else. And, but that's not the general sentiment. People aren't comfortable with this kind of thing. Zach Dash said, I think he meant the Dash currency. Haha. But thanks, Jeff. No, he totally meant you, buddy. Totally meant you. Dash is such an interesting project, the Dash currency. I won't go into it too much. Brody says, for that reason, I don't know if I'll be backing up to cold storage. It seems riskier than taking chances getting your online wallet hacked. Up for debate. There's risks for both. One is really, I had that bad experience with my ledger. Maybe I wrote the words down. I don't know. Maybe it was user error. I hope it was really. But because I haven't heard of anybody else having that problem. So exchanges, Coinbase, if you're in the US, they offer you an insurance policy if you're storing on there. Binance has the Cefu fund. So if there's a hack, they already reimbursed $42 million from their last hack. So keep storing on there. Not a bad idea, really. Or it's kind of like the lesser of evils. Everything right now is just like a half good idea for various reasons. And I know there's people who are like, oh no, cold storage all the time. And I agree with that ideology for sure. But I think we just need to be realistic on what a balance is. Zach says, any new awesome news from Uptrend? Yes. Yeah, we have we just pumped up our devs. And so we have a lot of new changes coming to Uptrend. We're going to have a massive overhaul in the user interface. And we're actually changing our tokenomics model as well. So it's going to be a lot more attractive to be holding tokens. Lots of really good stuff. We're changing. We got DDoSed about a month and a half ago, and it just really crushed us. We had to change to a new instance, like a new server, I guess you could say. And so we kind of got put back a month and behind on development. So now we're re-implementing the withdrawal deposit function. So now when you get, you earn your upvotes, you can actually withdraw it into, Ethereum or Bitcoin, and you're also to purchase them on the exchange, put them onto Uptrend, and then level up your account, because the higher your account level, the more you can earn. So that's a huge benefit. The longer you're on this platform, really, like already on level 1, you're earning 5 cents per upvote. It's all funded through advertisers. And then as you level up, you're going to earn 5.5 cents, then 6 cents, then 6.5 cents. So we're creating an economy that's very much, allowing people to take back control of their content. I was just so fed up with censorship and, YouTube or Spotify not paying people what they deserve. So pretty much all the money, we're putting 80% of all profits back to the content creators. And that's Uptrend has just always been a big passion project for me. And now have a massive team, which has really been phenomenal. 25 of us now working on this thing about So that's been feeling really great. We're seeing some massive strides there. Let me check more comments. Yeah, so that's the state of the market, guys. That was it for the comments in there. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to go on record. I'm going to say that we are going to break the speed record for 2017. If I'm wrong, call me out on it. Oh, this is the Stack and Satoshis one. Here we go. Okay, so we got another 24 hours to reach 19,000. If it doesn't happen, call me out. If it does, hallelujah. I just don't see much resistance happening. I think we're going to be seeing a really massive bull run. I think the ceiling, again, these are all personal opinions. These aren't facts, so don't call me out on it. I think our ceiling is 50, 75 higher for Bitcoin. I think we're going to start seeing the alt run, hopefully for me, at 20,000. I hope we take a little pause. Boom, alt season. And then we reallocate all those alt profits back to Bitcoin after, maybe 3 days or so. Boom, Bitcoin shoots off. That's what I'm hoping for. At the end of the day, though, of course, the price action does help bring people in and get excited about cryptocurrency. I think, like greed and, making money is still very much a thing that people really gravitate towards. So it's just natural. However, I'm so excited for the developments in the spaces, and they're slow. They're so much slower than I thought they were going to be. Ethereum's taking its time. Cardano's taking its time. Security tokens are taking their sweet damn time. Decentralized autonomous organizations taking their sweet damn time. DAO Stack, potentially one of the leading, I guess you could say, DAO platforms. And so I'm like, I'm just gonna go interact on DAO Stack, try it out, get comfortable, learn the community, feel it out. And Genesis Alpha, oh man, not much happening in there, let me tell you. So we have such a long ways to go. People who are saying, it's 15K or 13K, I'm too late, I'm not investing. Dudes, we are at the tip of the iceberg. We have just begun. I think that 2017 is going to be just the start of what's happening. I agree. There was a lot of hype, a lot of false hope and false trust put in projects, and people believing, including myself, that projects were going to develop a lot faster. But that being said, very much like comparing, the dot-com bubble, and you can look at the stocks that were in there and that are still around today. They're much larger today than they were at the peak of the dot-com bubble. And that is for sure. Well, personally, I feel very confident in that assumption that crypto is going to be a lot higher than the peak of the 2017 bubble. And all that needs to happen is the continuous re-diversification into the blue chips across the different sectors. So anyways, I hope you guys are having an awesome Wednesday or whatever day or time of the week that it may be. Hope to see you guys in about 24 hours. Maybe we're going to be sitting at 20K. Maybe we break through. Who knows? Everything is opinion. Be awesome to each other in this group. That's the number one thing. We're here to synergize, to create community, to learn from each other. Let's keep it lighthearted, keep it fun. Memes, always welcome. But, give a little love to those well thought out posts, though, as well. I know it's easy to just throw a like on a meme, but there's a lot of good information out there. And if you can put your finger on the pulse, you can really ride the right wave. Security tokens, DAOs being a couple of them. It's not just Bitcoin out there. And I think as long as you're keeping your eyes open and reading the articles and spending time, watch those 5-minute summaries out there, you are going to be positioned so much infinitely better than you ever would be if you just had your blinders on, Bitcoin, 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 and just listening to the big news. Get in there, get in the communities, even get on Uptrend. We post a lot about different projects and write-ups. Lots of great things happening out there. Right on. Okay. Well, that's it for me. 50 minutes. I think that's long enough of a rant. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Check you around next time.